All right. Next up, we got a video here from, is this like the part 2? Oh, this just came out. The Nick Shirley, I exposed California's billion-dollar fraud crisis. Okay, this sounds great because I'm from there. So this will be really interesting.
This is the sound of hospice money.
What? Hospice money?
Could you just answer the question?
Hospice is like when someone is someone's already gonna die, and you go home and they pay for stuff.
What's the need for 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside LA? Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey?
You don't know what's going on?
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California. That there is $6,000 per beneficiary. Can you give us any explanation? Where can we open a hospice?
Dude, this guy is like what was his name? This guy is like the Somalian Chris Hansen. Like, it says there's 16 people registered to this address. Why don't you have a seat?
What's that? Get a Maybach just like you.
California may have the largest amount of fraud in the country, as California is the state with the highest taxes and collects more money than any other state in America. It is filled with fraud. California's version of Medicaid, called Medi-Cal, has more than doubled since 2022.
Damn.
From $108 billion to a proposed $220 billion in 2026. Their population, however, has not grown exponentially. However, their spending has. There has been 1,000% increase in hospice care in the Los Angeles County. In fact, 1 out of every $10 of home health care in America is spent in Los Angeles. On top of that, their government-funded daycare programs are filled with violations. While they continue to give money to these fraudsters, it is estimated that the fraud in California could be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. In this video, we'll be going face to face with these fraudsters, confronting them as they defraud the American taxpayer out of millions and billions of dollars as they live their lives in luxury, driving around luxurious cars that cost more than $100,000.
Holy shit.
That you actually paid for. Let's start first by going to these daycares filled with violations that still continue to receive money
This is why taxes
from the government.
So this is the location of the daycare. It's in the middle of this shopping plaza. A lot of the buildings are closed down or boarded up.
The learning
have
center.
Been graffitied. And then you also have just a big dumpster right here with all this garbage. And then the daycare is right there. We're gonna go in right now.
We actually have a homeless person there too.
Oh.
You see that?
There's actually somebody sleeping here right now. Hello? You all right?
What the
And so there is a homeless man who's
Holy
sleeping right next to the daycare. He's sleeping right here.
He
and
was
the
like
daycare
camouflaged
is
in
right
there, man.
This does not look like a place where you'd want to bring your child, and it does not look suitable and set to code.
You know what though? That tracks actually. It's about right. It's about right for
Be a
California.
place where children are enrolled. So they do have some children here. How many do they usually say they have, or what's the story with the
The
children?
last few visits from the state have said that they have 39 enrolled.
And right now we're seeing about 5 children.
Yes.
They are enrolling right now. It says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling. So let's see if little Joey can leer a little bit here at
can
Medina.
leer
Do you
a
have
little
the paperwork
bit.
to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
They have as their backup facility the UMI Learning Center, and the UMI Learning Center was convicted in federal court in 2024
Holy shit.
of having 150 ghost kids. So I want to find
Ghost
out what
kids?
the affiliation is and why this facility is listed as the backup.
So you're telling me that there are monster children in LA?
Yeah, can I get the paperwork to enroll a child?
Yes, I can.
Great.
What do you think about daycares
Necromancers?
being used for fraudulent
Sorcerers.
businesses to receive money from the government, to say they're enrolling 39 children, 89 children, and for millions of dollars be going towards these facilities? What do you think about that as you do work in a daycare?
No, it does happen. I've seen it like elsewhere. I've seen it. I've been listening to the news. So it does happen. Time to time.
Here's my question though, right? Like, if these people were legit, right? If there wasn't any fraud, then couldn't you just take a fucking dump on Nick Shirley right now by counter-recording him and then at the same time being like, okay, we'll show you like we'll show you the kids. This is the paperwork, and we'll show you what we can. Like, that's legal for us to show you. Of course, like, you know, we have to redact all of this shit, right? But then like, we'll show you everything, right? And then couldn't they just totally take a shit on his credibility by doing that?
Thank you.
The card that they gave us, this is the licensee, the person who owns it.
And that's so far been the only thing they've been able to give us as to how to enroll a child.
And then in the back corner of this parking lot appears to be the playground. Here's a bunch of garbage, and then right here appears to be the playground. Some strange things are happening outside this daycare. Whether or not it's fraudulent, there is a lot of suspicious activity taking place. This right here is Hayden Sarah Family Childcare. This is a daycare right here. Apparently they have 14 children enrolled.
Tell us a little bit more about this daycare right here. We're in the middle of the hills here in San Diego.
So I used to know somebody who ran like a daycare, like for real, right? Like when I was younger, there was like, you know, one of our neighbors did that, and they had people coming in and out all the time. Like, I remember it. Like, there was always people coming in and out of there.
So according to state records, when inspectors arrived here, there were 14 kids enrolled, but 0 present. And then like the like their yard and stuff was like set up for that, like to be a daycare. Like they had like a really nice like playground, and they had like you know, like rubber mats and everything and all of that like in there. Yeah. This place was also cited for having missing children's records and also not having a facility roster.
It's kind of weird that there's this daycare in the middle of a neighborhood.
Hello?
No, I mean, so that part isn't that weird. I'm just being honest with you. Like some individuals run daycares out of their houses because they can. But then again, they have like the full setup for it, right? So it's you can tell quite easily if it's actually real or not.
Make it, okay?
No, you weren't.
Oh, I can sue you. I was like, I wasn't dressed up. I'm Muslim.
Either way, can we enroll a child into the daycare?
You don't know what is going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California.
All right.
It says there's 14 children enrolled here.
You don't care.
I do care. Then where are the children?
You don't care.
Where are the children at?
It's not enough, Minnesota. You come here.
Oh, they know.
Where are the children at? Where are the children at, ma'am? All right, so what she's doing is she's making a video right now. She's gonna send it out all to all the other daycares. But
oh yeah, I can't make that joke anymore because because Michael Jackson, you know, I'm starting to believe the theory that like they killed him, like actually, and that like he was framed and they killed him. I think that's actually real.
At the end of the day, enrolled
Can't
for 14
be making
children,
that joke anymore.
no children here, and this is from the state of California. We're not targeting Somalian population. We're just going after daycares, and it just so happens to be that all the
they
daycares
100% killed him.
are
I
Somalian
believe
so
it.
far.
I actually do.
Where are the children at, ma'am? 14 children. Would you like to make a statement as to where the children are?
You don't care where is my children are.
Ma'am, we would not be here if we weren't asking you.
You don't care. You don't care.
What do you mean we don't care? This is why we're here.
Care. And don't record me. You don't care.
This is why we're here, to ask about these
Don't ask
daycares.
me who you are. Who you are.
My name's Nick Shirley. You already know that.
Shirley. I know, but you are.
The thing is like I would understand like being this annoyed, because there'd be so many people, like if there were so many people doing it, right? But Nick Shirley is like the guy that like you could just prove like that he's wrong, and it would all go away.
Trouble man.
How are we making trouble? You're causing trouble.
He's like the guy,
We just
right?
wanna know where the
To
children
prove
are.
it to.
No, I'm calling 911.
For what?
To you.
For what?
You come my house.
we haven't done anything.
I don't know.
The problem with these daycares is that they receive money through a program called CalWorks, but as you see, there are no children actually there. These fraudsters are simply enrolling children on paper to receive government subsidies. Even after the state visits these daycares and confirms there are no children actually there, the government and the state continue to give these daycares money. Now let's go to another daycare.
Once again, we have another daycare, but this daycare is right here.
Also, why is it always Somalians? You know, like this is a completely different state, like on the other side of the country, and it's Somalians again. Like, I mean, that's It's interesting.
Here inside of this home, and let's see if there's any children here. They do say they have 7 enrolled. The state has said that there is 0 when they arrive.
Be careful, they're listening.
Is this Habubu family child?
Well, I'm not saying that all Somalians are doing this. I'm just saying, like, there must be some kind of cultural thing. I mean, everyone fucking knows it. I mean, like...
Yeah, we were wondering if we could enroll a child into the daycare here.
We know you. You need to get up from here because there is trespassing. You see the sign we have trespassing?
And can I speak with somebody on the sidewalk? We'd just like to speak with somebody. Yes, sir.
Hide the sign, please.
Yes, we're right here. Can we talk to you really quick, sir?
Talk to you. Fuck you. What are you talking
Can I come talk to you, please? All right, so right now the current situation is we have some people yelling through the Ring doorbell cam. A man came out, started yelling, and then we also have this car recording us as well. But we just want to ask for some clarification for the American people.
4 different visits. The state inspectors.
And I think this is totally fair, by the way, because this is money that is from the American people. This is like tax dollars. It's like there is a stake. He literally has a stake in this.
Shown up. There's kids enrolled anywhere from 7 kids and up, and every single time the state has showed up, 0.
0 children.
That's the state of California.
We're just asking for some clarification. They won't even answer any of our questions.
So essentially, a house just
like what I'm saying is like this would be so easy to disprove and just completely shit on Nick Shirley and like tank his career like instantly. It'd be so easy to do
This is receiving money from government subsidies without actually running a daycare. Meanwhile, they get money from the government as they run their fake daycares. And now let's go to another one that's even more concerning, as kids are left all alone.
And they can like say what you will about like the privacy of these people. They're taking money from the government. They're taking our tax dollars. It's like I said, like he has an actual stake in this. I have an actual stake in this. Like there has to be accountability, because it's our money.
The Jama Shukri Family Childcare. This place is not a shopping plaza. It's not anywhere near.
They deserve to ask questions.
Any place that looks like a place where a daycare would be. In fact, it's actually in one of these apartments right here. So they're able to have daycares inside apartment buildings.
Yes.
Speaks louder when they don't prove them wrong. Exactly.
Some of these are on the third story of an apartment complex. It's only 1 bedroom, and yet the capacity is for 8 kids.
We just arrived at the daycare. We have 2 kids out here. I don't know if they're members of the daycare. There's no oversight right here. Can we talk to your teacher? Is your teacher there? So this is the first child we've ever encountered at one of these daycares. There's 2 kids out here right now, and we're gonna see if we can talk to the
licensee. It is, according to this paperwork, Shukri Jama.
Dude, I really want to see it. I don't know. It's like you said, like they can prove this wrong by counter recording Nick Shirley because they know who he is, right? I mean, like at least some of them do. I wonder if he would show it, like Nick Shirley, if he would show it, like if there was a legit one, right? Like I feel like that would be pretty good of him to do.
Not here. So you guys all by yourself? No one's here. Okay, so you guys are all by yourself.
Shit.
I can see by myself.
Dude, they could have been snatched up by like some
no one's watching this
predators, dude. What the hell?
My heart is breaking right now. I can't. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and what makes you so emotional as a mother, seeing that those kids are just out by themselves?
Seeing the kids all by themselves. It's supposed to be a licensed daycare, and there's no adult anywhere.
To be fair, though, I mean, like, as long as, like, there's a parent home and there's, like, a place for the kids to go or whatever, like, I don't really have a problem with kids going outside by themselves. I'm just being honest. Like, I think it's probably good for kids to have a little bit of freedom like that.
What is going on?
As long as, like, you know, the parents are checking in with them and, like, making sure that they're okay.
Crazy thing is, California allocates $6 billion to childcare and daycare facilities just like these, and there are over 39,000.
Like, what did you do today? Where'd you go? Like, what kind of stuff did you do? Like, that kind of thing.
Facilities in the state. The California Department of Social Services even found an error rate of over 1.6% in their own audits. And to be very
honestly preferable to giving kids cell phones, honestly. I think giving kids cell phones is a terrible idea. Maybe give them a pager. You know, give them a pager. Go old school, you know?
Conservative, it is safe to say there's upwards of $100 million in fraud lost each and every single
year. Or a
year.
fucking tracker. Put a fucking AirTag on
now
them.
Let's head over to where there is so much.
I would do that, dude. I would totally do that. If I were a parent, I would totally put a fucking AirTag on my kid. Like, no fucks given, you know?
Fraud, you're gonna lose your mind.
Let's a flip phone? Oh, that's a good idea. Give them like an old Nokia. Yeah, true.
Where there's home health care and hospice fraud literally everywhere.
With the fraud here, California ranks the highest for Medicare, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, whatever you want to call it. They spend the most amount of money per state, and here in LA, 1 out of every $10 that goes towards home health care in the United States goes to a business here in LA. Right now we're in Van Nuys. This location has tons of hospice centers, home healthcare centers, and right now we are going to Gardens of Angels Hospice. They billed $4.8 million per beneficiary. They charged $5,807 with 28.6 claims per patient and only 2 codes, which means 2 services were provided. And inside of this same location, there's also Blossom Hospice, and they received $3.4 million with $6,000 per beneficiary at $927 per claim.
Such a bitch to get to Van Nuys,
code, which means they only provided 1 service. And it looks like there's about 15 more hospice centers inside this one plaza we're going to right now.
I had to drive to Van Nuys one time, and it took me 3 hours. It was awful.
All the information with us. In some of these places, it doesn't even look like they've been registered with the CMS.
That's from Orange, too.
Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. 7 of the 4 entities have 0 SMS data, possibly shell registrations, shell companies. And it's rumored that these are Armenian Russian gangs, Armenian Russian mafia. So we're gonna be going in there and we're just gonna ask them, what's the need for all this hospice? Is there that many people dying here in LA where they need to be spending millions and millions of dollars on this hospice?
Yeah, there's
all right, right now
to be fair, there are a lot of people dying in general.
For Garden of Angels Hospice.
People die all the time. People die when they're
all these buildings
dead.
Are all hospice centers. Let's see if we can find Garden of Angels. This is the
people
Angels
die when they are dying.
Care. We have Angels of Valley Hospice. Hello, how are you? Good. We were looking for Garden.
I was gonna say people die when they're killed, but it didn't quite work.
Angels Hospice, but this one will probably do Angels of Valley Hospice. We were wondering if we could get some information to check our grandma into hospice.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Which hospice is she enrolled in?
We would love to maybe see if it's possible to get her in here to Angels of Valley.
We have to get a hospital referral.
Yeah.
Hospital referral. Oh, okay, how many people do you guys have with you guys?
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant? Oh, okay.
Where are you guys from?
Where am I from? I'm from here. We're just looking for a spot for our grandma.
Yeah, no.
To be fair, it usually is like that. Like usually the hospital, usually the way it works is the hospital, like they make a determination that it's end of life care, and then they get in contact with a case manager who then gets in contact with the company. So that part does kind of track, at least from my perspective. I didn't really deal with it personally. Like maybe my mom can talk about it or something, but from my experience, that's kind of how it worked.
We only do referrals from hospital.
You can't just like walk into like one of these places and ask for it, basically. I think.
Yeah, because we're seeing like, we got Garden of Angels, Blossom Hospice here.
Seems unnecessarily complicated? No. So the reason why you have to go to a hospital for that is you need the doctor. It's like a doctor that makes a determination that like, okay, there's nothing more that we can do for you. It's best for you to be comfortable until you die. There's like nothing we can do. Like any sort of treatment that we do is just gonna prolong the pain. So it's best if you go home to be with family. That's kind of the point of it.
Okay, well, we'll keep looking for Guardian of Angels then. So they say they only take it from hospitals, which could be a valid response. Let's go see if we can find Guardian of Angels. This place is just filled with hospice centers and home health care centers. You have one right here, 7-star home health care, and then up here you have Miracle Healing Hospice. So this hospice location, Miracle Healing Hospice, in 2023, they charged $1.3 million, and per beneficiary, it was $32,000 for 38 beneficiaries. Per beneficiary, that comes out to $32,935.
That sounds about like that seems like a good amount. I don't really know, but just based on what I know of medical care, that sounds about right.
See if grandma could check herself into this one. I'm just trying to be a good
You don't
grandson.
check yourself in though to these places. Like I'm trying to be like totally like fair here, right? Like I these ones don't seem, at least so far, they don't seem like
the door. No one's
that big of a
coming.
deal.
You look inside the window. Empty building. In 2023, this place received $1.3 million.
Not a single piece of furniture.
Nothing.
Insane. This is insane.
Okay, well, since we can't go to Miracle, let's see if we can get SX Home Health.
Another possibility here, and like I don't know how. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. It could be that they just use the building for mail, like an office, and then they work at a home. That's also possible.
Says
like for instance, like I have a mailing address that doesn't really go anywhere for like business reasons, and it's just a mailbox. It's like I don't really it's not really like an office, right? Like so like the address for like Angel Sword, like if you were to send something there, you couldn't like go there. It's what I mean. Like there wouldn't be anything there.
Open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
It's getting really hard to find grandma the healthcare she needs.
Because I would totally do
really
this. Like this is something I would do personally. Like if I had like money, is like I would buy like an office specifically for like mail purposes, just for like to keep things like kind of
We got
more
SX
simple.
Home Healthcare. They're not open, so it's all right because we can go to Alpha Omega Ventana Hospice Inc.
Not only are these shell companies, these are shell buildings. It's like somebody took a motel building and turned it into 100 fraudulent organizations. I don't know.
We got a nice Mercedes down there, 3 nice Mercedes down there, 3 Teslas.
Yeah, for businesses, this is like actually like it's not too crazy to do this. Like to have like one big building that houses a ton of businesses where they're kind of just business presence for business presence purposes, but like they're maybe only used for like very niche specific purposes, like mail, and like maybe they have to do a meeting there or something like that. And maybe this is just like somebody converted like this motel or something like into that. Like this is the only thing I can think of, really.
Illegitimate car lot. Like are they selling a car right now?
Like someone was like, hey, I want to make like a business park, and then they bought a motel to like do that.
An Omega, so maybe she can go to Serene Touch Home Healthcare.
Oh.
Says they're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's 1 p.m. right now. Let's see if they're hiring.
Like
Perfect.
sure, it's sus, but it's not conclusive. Is what I'm trying to say.
Open. Hello.
And once again, it was completely empty and nobody was there. We went to the next door because it was another hospice.
Here we have another location. We got St. Michelle, HHCI, Home Healthcare Inc. Hello.
Preacher Hunter says having a business address isn't just about anonymity. It's generally required for business registration to have a physical mailing address in most states. Yes, that is true. And like a lot of the times, like if you do that, but you're a small business, like you operate out of your own home, but you don't want to put like your home on it for obvious reasons. Usually you go through like an agent who like takes care of that for you.
No one's here. Hello, sir.
How can I help you?
Yes. Well, we were originally looking for some hospice for our grandma, and then it turns out that all these locations are hospice and home health care locations, and a lot of these.
Looking for hospice for who?
Grandma.
For Dr. Oz?
Yeah, for Dr. Oz.
Yeah?
Yeah, for our grandma.
Yeah?
It'd be
for grandma?
It'd be pretty
Take
good.
Dr. Oz to take his grandma and go to the other buildings.
See, this is the part that makes me kind of sus. Like, why are they so fucking hostile? You know what I mean? Like they're so fucking hostile when it's like he's just trying to figure out like, what's going on. Like, it's like the hostility is incredibly high, like all the time, right?
And find the hospice. You know, this is stupid. You can record me.
See, like they're making this sus, right?
Okay, well,
by doing
we
this
were
kind of
looking
thing.
for Guardian of Angels.
Well, did you see any Garden of Angels on the doors?
Nope, but they received and billed $4.8 million.
Well, it's their problem.
But we do have yours, actually.
Mine?
Yeah, yours is a KMD, right?
Yes.
So we do have yours, and there are a lot of these.
How many millions did I did?
We don't have your official number because it wasn't posted on the CMS website or on their data set.
And you're from where?
My name's Nick Shirley. They actually made like all this information, the data public for everyone to see what was going on in our country because so much corruption's happening.
Yes.
But it doesn't look like we could find any of your information from the CMS data set, but we do have you here.
Because like, for instance, like, right, it would be like totally believable if one of these guys was like, yeah, so, you know, I do things really legitimately. Like I could show you if you want. But yeah, you're totally right. There's a lot of fraud and I can talk to you about it. Right. Or like maybe that's like a bad thing for him because maybe he'll get harassed. Like, I don't know. But like at the very minimum, he could be like, you know, there's a lot of stuff, like, for sure. Right. Like, yeah, you know, we all know it. You know what? I know it. We all know it.
Is that
right?
concerning that you're.
But like, I'm legit and like, I can prove it to you how I am.
Information.
To the CMS data set as far as the billing and how much money you guys receive from Medicare and Medicaid?
First, you have to.
Because, like, for instance, right, if I was a legit business, if I were a legit business, I would be fucking pissed at all of the fraud people. Well, I would be. I'd be like, man, fuck all these people. They don't do anything, and like they get paid money, and like meanwhile I'm busting my ass. Like, fuck those guys, right? I would totally do that if it were me.
Oh, that's what we have right here.
No. It's a piece of paper.
Oh well, we went through all the data sets.
If you want to learn, I'll teach you how to get after the crooked people.
Okay, help us. We love
there,
for you to
exactly.
help us.
First, you have to research, like you said the name.
There it
and
is.
You have a number, right?
That's what I was
Then
looking
you
for.
Come to my office. It's a brand new office, and you don't come to a building like this, like from like FBI guys. Oh, we're gonna get the crooks.
Okay, well, can you tell us, for instance, Miracle over there?
He's just pretending. That's possible.
Well, you should because they're.
Why not?
You should because they're making you people like you who have a real business apparently getting a bad rap.
Yeah, exactly.
You realize that, right? For instance, they received $1.3 million.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They're a shell company. There's nothing in there. It's completely empty, and they received $1.3 million. You should care.
What do you mean?
If you're in this industry, I'd be pissed if someone was stealing money, making me look bad if they were in my industry.
They don't look me bad because I'm not bad. You have anything against my agency? Let's go.
Well, we were asking.
Put my hands and.
We were just asking you questions, sir. Like, how come Miracle Healing Hospice right there, they received $32,000 per beneficiary, yet their billing's completely empty?
Call the FBI, Department of Justice.
I'm just doing my job as a citizen to show people what's happening here in our country. Because we're all paying a lot of money in taxes, and it turns out a lot of it's just going towards fraud.
Well, I'm very happy you're going to catch the fraud people. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
But it doesn't look like bad. It doesn't make me bad because some people are doing bad stuff.
Yeah, so what's the need for a 1,000% increase in hospice here inside of LA, in California?
It's a lot of old people.
You're asking me?
Yeah, because you're in the industry, so we figured might as well ask you. Like, you obviously found
maybe
it's
because I'm just trying to be like trying to be generous here. Like, aren't a lot of the boomers dying off? Could be it.
You just started yours, right?
It's a lot of boomers.
I started my business in 1997.
Okay, great. So how come you're seeing such an increase in hospice care here?
Maybe I don't know. Everybody likes the business. What could I say? I do this from 1997.
Good for you. And so, since you've been in the industry for so long, why do you think we're seeing a 1,000% increase in hospice?
No, so Marsh says that if you're doing $32,000 medical expenses, so first off, medical expenses are like retardedly expensive, especially when the government is footing the bill, because they can ask for ridiculous amounts and the government doesn't give a fuck generally. Because it's not their money. It's not like the individual person that is handling these cases is not their money. So when they're like, oh, this is how much it costs, they're just like, okay, and just do it because it's a pain in the ass to haggle. Like, why would they? It's not their money, right? Like, if it's my money, I'm going to shop for the best place. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to find the place that's going to be the cheapest. And then I'm going to tell them, like, okay, like, I have this block of, like, things. I have this block of medical care I need. Give me a good rate because, you know, I'm buying a bunch of it, right? And you would haggle that way, right? Whereas the government doesn't care because it's not their money. So they always just say yes. They just write off on it. Right? Like, for instance, when I'm getting into a business, like, negotiation with somebody, that's not a friend. Friends I'm more straight up with, right? But if it's like a like a sponsor, and they're like, oh, we would like a sponsorship for this thing, I'll usually highball them first. I'll usually be like, okay, I want like, let's just like estimate, like, oh, I want $1,200, but like I actually want $1,000. So I'll ask for 1,200, and then if they're like, can we like, how about 1,000? Like, okay. Right? So then you kind of do that, right? But since they don't care because it's not their money, it's like they just say, okay, and then they just write off on it right away.
Care here inside of LA.
I didn't know Leaf was a haggler. I'm Asian, bro.
In California.
I cannot answer that question because
looks like they're all running out of here.
Thank you, Fee Classel, for the 1.5 thousand bits. Thank you so much. I've worked in customer service with people like this for over 7 years. This is people I work with daily. The amount of EBT and $100 bills I see come through gas stations we have highways is crazy. They try to use this like banks. It's so annoying. I'm living every day to day in paychecks, and I have so much money, and it sucks. I know. I know. That's what's the most annoying, right? It's like I said, like we need to care more about our citizens and like less about people that aren't. It's just so weird to me. It's just like a fucked up priority. I think the priorities are all fucked up. But I think haggling is it's taken in a negative connotation. I think a lot of I don't really think it's a bad thing. But you gotta know like when to do it, right? Like if you're going to a store, like haggling at like a regular ass store is kind of like not in good form, right? But when you're dealing with like business person to business person, I think it makes a lot of sense to do that. A lot more.
Everyone's heading out.
Because it's all negotiable. Like contracts are negotiable. It's the same thing like when you have a job, when you get a job, or like you're negotiating a raise, like you should negotiate with them. Just say like, okay, well, like, how about this? Like, I think I'm worth this. So like, what do you think of this? And then they're like, well, we don't have the money for that. I'm like, okay, well, like, how about this? Right. It's like, it's just a conversation about like, just negotiations. Like, it's not really like a big deal. It's not like a negative thing.
Answer some questions, and why can't?
Who's running out?
What? Look at all the people scattering out of here. They're all here just a minute ago.
It's strange,
I even do it with the plushie people. They're like, how much is it like for this amount of plushies? They're like, oh, it's this much. I'm like, okay, well, like, what if I bought this amount and then I threw this in, a promise to purchase like this amount in the future? How does that look to you then? Like, can we lower the rate then? And then, and then they'll talk through it, and I'll be like, okay, well, it's just like that, basically. Like, you just kind of go through, you try to get like the best rate for yourself. And then like, of course you're not trying to be an asshole to the other person. It's just how it is.
There's, over 80 people connected to one of these dormant motel rooms with no furniture, and they are, getting $30,000 per person. It's millions of dollars.
Fumo mob boss.
On the door, it's an abandoned shelf.
Dude, like, okay, you wanna know the first Fumos we bought? Like the very, very first time we did Fumos, it wasn't even through Angel Sword. It was with, like another group. It was another company. And we had a different fulfillment person, right? And so the fulfillment person was taking care of like the negotiations, right? And then they were like, okay, it's gonna be Leaflet's gonna be this much, and it's gonna be this much. This is how much they said it's gonna cost, like per Fumo. And I said, nah. Tell them this much. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, tell them it's gonna be this much. Tell them we're gonna buy the Fumos for this much. And so the person went and talked to them, and they said, oh, that's too low. Like, how about this? And then so like my merch person came back to me and said, Leaf, they didn't like that rate, but they said that this one would be appropriate. I said, okay, that's what I wanted anyway. Yes, say yes. So I did get like a discount, right? I got like not the amount that I asked for, but it was what I really wanted. So it was great. And then I got a much lower rate on the Fumos, and I was able to kind of like work with that.
I don't say it's right, and I don't care about those people.
Could you just answer the question, what's the need for 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside?
That's like standard haggling? Yeah, Zentropy, it is. But like, people don't do it. People don't do it.
LA, inside California. You're in the industry, sir. You've known it. You know it better than me.
You're asking me? No, I don't.
You've been it since 1997. You said.
Yeah, but I don't.
So what's the need for an increase?
Maybe there is a lot of old people already. I don't know what to say.
A lot of old people are dying.
You listen to Dr. Oz. Let me tell you like this.
He's a good doctor.
He's a fraud. He sent a lot of medication online. One of them, it's me. I bought.
Well, his information comes straight from the federal government, so I trust his more than yours.
Let me finish it. I bought his pills. I gained weight.
Well, you still look like you're pretty heavy, sir.
You look healthy to me.
Bruh.
Because of Dr. Oz.
Oh, you're fat because of Dr. Oz?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sure.
Sir, how are you doing?
The...
This guy doesn't think there's any fraud going on.
First of all, not this guy. You have to respect me.
What's your name?
Doesn't matter.
All right, well, this guy...
Got him! Fucking got him!
Oh, no name. Well, you don't think there's any fraud?
My name. What's your name?
My name's Nick Shirley.
My name is John Boyagin.
Okay, great.
There is a lot of fraud going on, but it's not me. I don't give a f who does what.
Yeah, we never said you were committing the fraud, sir.
Well, see, I'm here. I'm here, right?
So
I'm standing next to you.
Do you know where Guardian of Angels Hospice is? No idea. Oh, Angels of Peace. Cool. Hello. Well, could we just ask you guys some questions? We might be able to get you some business. Are you the head honcho here or what?
No, you're the head hunter. Get out of my...
That's not what he said.
Give me my
Wait,
phone.
I thought you don't know who these people were, though.
Give me my phone.
Alrighty. Light Angel.
Don't run. Come here.
Oh, oh, I'm running. Look at him. What?
Come here.
I'm right here. I'm right here, sir.
I'm here.
What's going on?
Call 911.
For what?
Call 911.
For what? Sir, we're just asking questions, and if you want to answer them, you can answer them.
Call 911.
We're just looking for Guardian of Angels Hospice.
Well,
we're trying to check
you're American citizens,
Look,
right?
we're looking for Guardian of Angels.
You're American citizens, right?
Of course, are
Do
you?
you see any Guardian of Angels in here?
Not yet. We're looking.
Then get out of here.
That's what we're looking for, sir.
There's like 100 doors. This is just one door.
Okay, get out of here.
What's your problem with us asking people about simple questions about where our tax dollars are going?
I don't.
We're asking questions about where our taxes are going.
You're not asking, you're harassing people.
How are we harassing
you
people?
You can't be two guys standing in here as a guardians and you're harassing people.
Yeah, because people want to kill me for exposing fraud here in the United States.
Why they want to kill you?
Fraudsters don't like being exposed.
Huh?
Why are you raising your voice if you have nothing to hide?
You think I'm hiding?
What are you so scared about me coming around here for?
I'm not scared. I'm telling you, don't harass
You're shaking.
people.
Why are you shaking?
Because I have a diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
But so.
I need your full names.
Oh, you want my full name? It's on the internet.
No, I don't go to internet. I'm too old.
Oh, okay.
What's your full names?
Sir, we're just asking you questions about.
What's your full names?
Oh, we just want hospice.
They told you the Garden of Angels in this building.
It's right here.
To check in my grandma.
Go look for it, bro. You see?
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And you're getting mad at us.
No, you're going to hold the door.
We can't find it.
I can't find it.
So are all
Where's my grandma gonna go, man? They're taking in millions of dollars. I can't find the place. You know?
Well, what can I say?
Okay, well, thank you, sir. Have a good day. So here in this parking lot, you do have some nice cars. You got a Tesla, a nice Mercedes. You got another Tesla, a nice Lexus, another Tesla, a really nice Mercedes right here as well. Another Tesla, Audi. Really nice cars.
A lot of Teslas.
A lot of really nice cars for
Hospice.
Usually must be very lucrative because a lot of these businesses, these doors right here,
if they're running their own business, it makes sense. I think
things are churned out in places like
it's not that
Miracle
crazy.
Up there. They have received $1.3 million, yet there's absolutely nothing inside. This is what you call welfare maxing. And Rise, you come out, you're welcomed by two
welfare
nice BMWs,
maxing.
one right here, one right here, and inside of there, you have a whole plethora of Mercedes, Teslas, BMWs, you name it. But apparently, there's nothing fishy going on according to them.
We then headed to the next hospice compound in search of Hospice of Caring Hearts, which billed $2.5 million. However, when we arrived, it was nowhere to be found, but there was a bunch of new hospices that had popped up.
Thank you, Red Pill and Chief.
Hospice
Thank you.
fraud is here inside of California.
Have my prime, Slime Girl.
You have
Thank
all
you.
of these businesses. They literally open up a business. They just put HFS Hospice Care Inc. They don't have to do anything with the storefront. And then you have another one right here, Relief Home Healthcare. Absolutely empty inside. And then you have another one.
I wonder what time he's going to these places, because sometimes like these places just close because there's like nobody in there, like for lunch or something like that. I wonder.
H Home Healthcare. They're just popping up everywhere. So this isn't some random thing that's happening here inside of California and Los Angeles in this Van Nuys
1 p.m.
area. Quite literally. We've been to 2 locations so far, and they're just popping up these home
Yeah, a lot
healthcare.
of these like kind of smaller business places, they just close like for lunch.
These hospice centers.
So there's like nobody.
And they're not even doing anything to try and hide.
Not
what
enough
they're
people
doing.
to like man the
Right
place all
now.
the time. But there's a person
No
there.
one's working the front desk.
Wait, there was a person there.
Inside this location as well.
Wait, there's a person right there.
It's 1 p.m. right now.
Right there in the back. Isn't that the person? Or is that like a fucking... Oh, never mind. Could be like a... Wait, no, it moved. Did they move? Or is that just the camera moving to the right and that thing moving to the... I don't know. I
No
don't
one's
know.
working the front desk. Inside this location
Perspective.
as
Yeah, it
well,
could be perspective, yeah.
You have absolutely nobody inside it. We're just wondering, we're coming through Van Nuys, how come there's so many of these home health care, these hospices that are popping up everywhere?
I have no idea. No.
What made you want to start yours?
This isn't mine. I just work here.
Okay, and how come you think there's such a sudden rise of all these hospices and home health cares?
I have no idea, honestly.
Pretty lucrative business, or?
I wouldn't say like that's that crazy.
Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
The same building, but now on the backside you have Canestro Care Hospice Inc., Studio Care Hospice Inc., El Primero Home Health Care right there. And if you're looking for a massage to take a break from the hospice and everything, you can come right up here and get some sort of massage.
And this building right here is a perfect example of a dilapidated building that is now being used for a hospice, home health care, and adult daycare.
And this is the crazy thing that appears to be happening here in California. You can just start your own hospice. You have Advent Hospice right here. If you want to start your own home health care, you can just put up a white piece of paper and stick a logo onto it and say that's your home health care company. If you want to start an adult daycare, you can just get a building like this and receive money from the government. That's the crazy thing, is inside this one building.
Chat. Enhance the top window.
This one building, you have an adult day health care, you have a hospice, and you have a home health care center operating all in one location. And why are tax dollars going towards all of these buildings? And they're quite literally everywhere. Everyone should be a bit suspicious about what's happening here. Inside of these parking lots too, you'll always find a super nice BMW, Mercedes, you name it, newest Audis. You always find the nicest cars outside of these healthcare and hospice centers.
We headed to the next suspicious hospice location, and what do we find?
A brand new Mercedes. Everywhere we go in this video, going around these hospice and home healthcare centers, there is a nice Mercedes or BMW. We have all day hospice care, Health Elect Care, you have Edom Hospice.
Like, I don't know how much like people make in like this industry. I don't really know if the car thing is even really good evidence.
And
That's
even
my
back
point.
here, this is just one floor inside this building. You have Santa Rita Hospice. I don't know what the need is for all these hospice centers, but for instance, all day hospice back there, they build
Because if they're like actually business owners, I'd expect them to make like pretty good money. Because it's a pain in the ass to like run your own business.
$1 million. And per beneficiary, that was $6,000, 24 claims per patient, only 2 codes, which means 2 services and over 500 patients. And they started billing in April 2023 and accumulated $3.1 million in 19 months. So maybe if you want to get rich here inside the United States, come to LA, open up a hospice, because there's 1,000% increase in hospices opening up.
Yeah, but it's like a medical industry business, right? Like I don't know how it works. Like do they you know what I wonder? I wonder if like these companies, they just do the bids for like I wonder if they're kind of operating in like a sort of insurance, like sort of way where the government gives them money and then they contract it out to like the actual people that do hospice. I wonder if that's how it works. And then the different hospice companies that do that provide the actual care are like, they're just being, it's not really managed by these people. These people are only handling the case. And then they then hire a company to fulfill the service. I wonder if that's what's going on.
Could you just answer, for instance, we have some information right here.
Like home nurses, that's what hospice is. Hospice is like at home. Like I'm pretty sure. Hospice is like in your own home. And then they send people to take care of you.
There is $6,000 per beneficiary and 24 claims per patient. That's only 2 codes. Can you give us any explanation? Okay, yeah, we just want to make sure.
Hospice can be a facility too. I see.
Do you want anything to clarify? If you want to clarify anything?
Sorry, I'm speaking from my own experience with it.
Okay. For this video, we really do want to give each and every single person the opportunity to answer just quite literally the facts. All this information is coming straight from the public databases. And if they refuse to answer simple questions about businesses they're operating, I think that says a lot about what's going on behind the scenes. Now we are here outside of Healthy Life Adult Daycare. This place.
See, no, the daycares are a little bit easier, I think. The daycares are a lot easier to kind of pin down because you can see if there's people like physically there or not, right? So like I had a lot of questions for the hospice stuff because it's a little bit more complicated than building and then people get dropped off there and taken care of and then they get picked up later. Like the other one is way easier to find the fraud, I think. It was like way easier to find definitive fraud.
Over the past few years has billed $19.8 million alone. Now let's go see if I can
No, it's all fraud, says Star Popeye. I mean, it's possible. It's possible that's all fraud. But I don't like just saying that it's fraud just because I don't like it. You know, like it's I wanna know if it's actually fraud or not.
Come on.
I think it's inconclusive.
And this right here is the entrance of a building that's received over $19 million. So this is the location that's received over $19 million. Kind of crazy, right? They say that right here, right now we're here at 1:30.
Because what could be also going on is what I said earlier about how the government is way overpaying. They're way overpaying for shit because they would do that because the government's retarded. Because taxes are a scam. Taxes are a scam. The government's retarded. They spend your money like improperly. They don't give a shit if they're getting scammed or not. In terms of like when I say scam, I don't mean like in the legit sense. I mean in they overpay for stuff.
Adults are here. I wouldn't doubt that adults do come, but $19 million.
It's kind of like North Korea.
It's the haggling thing I told you about, where they say, "Oh, we're a daycare. We're a daycare," and the government's like, "We want to pay for daycare. How much is it going to cost? I don't know, like $10,000." They're like, "Okay." That's usually how. That's what I mean. It's like it's stupid.
Like everything's
it's like
set up, but there's no people. It's like
they don't care really.
Show, almost.
No, nobody's here already. You have to come back tomorrow.
And could we get like a brochure to enroll our grandma into this location?
I don't have anything.
Can anyone give us a brochure?
Angela, does somebody has information about here?
I don't think it's enough to say it's fraudulent because you do see that it is operating. There were people working inside there.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's just businesses like these popping around everywhere, and this is what they look like outside of a location that receives $19 million over the past few years.
Well, I mean, I think it's totally fine for it to be discreet, to be honest. I don't really think that's a big
Yet, the building looks...
It looked pretty nice inside. Like, I'm just saying. Like, they got the piano and everything for old people, you know?
Completely almost dismantled out here. And look, all they have to say that they are an adult day healthcare is that sign that says ADHC. And there was some people working inside of it. We have the phone number right here. Darren's gonna go ahead and give them a phone call and see if somebody from inside...
They're putting a bit more effort to keep up appearances. I mean, that's possible, but it's also possible that they're legit. It's possible that they're legit and the government's just overpaying because they don't care. Like, for instance, right, if the government told you, if you were like I don't know, let's say like you're a roofer, right? And like your whole thing is like you're gonna do roofs, or you're gonna clean pipes or something like that, right? And the government's like, we'll pay you this amount of money to do it. and it's like a fuck ton of money, are you gonna be like, actually, I think that's a little bit too high? You're gonna be like, no, okay, sure, Mr. Government, you're gonna give me that amount of money to like fix the roof, sure, right? It's like double like the amount that you normally would charge, but the government's like, we'll give you this amount. You'd be like, oh yeah, okay, sure. But you're not gonna say, nah, I'm good. You know, like nobody does that, right?
There are people inside right now. The phone's just ringing.
You can leave a message after the tone. This mailbox is full.
There you have it. They don't even have an inbox.
Quintuple, not double. Yeah, more likely. More likely, true. And this is kind of what I meant by the government waste your money. The government that cannot be trusted with your money. That's why taxes suck.
Available to take in.
Like something being converted from like your money to taxes is already a huge amount of waste, just from the fact that it's the government that's taking care of it.
We have to do deeper. Fraud harder.
Thank you, Beryl Mercy. Thank you for the 420. Thank you so much.
And another thing to take note of is Gavin Newsom right now on Polymarket. He is the leading nominee for the Democrats come 2028.
Of course he is.
All this fraud's taking place. All this waste is taking place. Nobody really knows what's going on. I mean, look at this place. This adult daycare received $19 million.
But it's like I said, guys, I'm trying to be like as fair as possible and like look at it from, you know, a plausible point of view. Not really about telling people, like, I'm not really about like these people are clearly bad when I don't know, right?
Who the fuck
I will say
is
if it's
Leaflit?
sus though, and I think a lot of the daycare situations are really fucking sus. Like really sus, right? Like a lot of them are like pretty. If I had to bet, I would bet that they're fraudulent. Like if I had to put the money down, you know what I mean, where my mouth is, I would say that they're fraudulent.
Build the state of California over $19 million over the past few years. This is all taking place here. So that is something to think about come 2028 with Gavin Newsom leading the Democrats right now on Polymarket.
The way these hospices are able to enroll these people and collect money from Medicare and Medi-Cal
I live in Texas now and I love it. I love Texas.
Is they collect the Medicare numbers from individuals and then sign them up for hospice without them even knowing.
The only place I would want to move to is like maybe Alaska. That's it. Otherwise, I love Texas. Texas is the best.
I actually went and spoke with a professional inside of the medical industry to get her opinion on how this all works.
We're seeing all of these hospices pop up here. Why is hospice and home health care such a booming business right now?
What about
I
Utah?
think it's become a trend of fraud. Honestly, has like I heard about this about 5 years ago during COVID.
Why Alaska? Do you know how many mushrooms are in Alaska and like how pretty it is? It's like it's beautiful.
People were building hospices and selling them. It was like a business these people made. So it's an easy way to build Medicare with their people's beneficiary numbers that people can easily steal and even purchase and buy. They buy numbers from people and tell them, give me your Medicare beneficiary number and then we'll give you something in return.
And what does that mean, give you my beneficiary number?
So there's an ID that you have. Medicare gives you, Medicare is for anybody 65 and over. So they'll give you a Medicare ID number.
And then they say like they say that they render the service, and then you just both agree to it and you both profit.
Number is what's used to bill Medicare.
So essentially, if they can get a number from somebody, it's almost like getting a credit card number, and then from there they can continue to bill and bill and bill and get that Medicare money.
Exactly. It's actually more beneficial than finding a credit card these days. Anybody can get a hospice license, actually. You don't need to be a physician. You don't need to be a doctor. You can apply and get a hospice license in the state of California.
Maybe that's...
They bill, they take the Medicare numbers, they bill Medicare, the Medicare sends them a check right away.
Also, wait, what the fuck is this? This isn't Southern California. It's raining? You're telling me that Nick Shirley went to Southern California on like the one day it rains a year?
It's an easy process.
So an old person might be a bit naive to giving somebody their Medicare number, and without them even knowing, that's more valuable than giving them their credit card number.
Correct.
In fact, in LA, there's locations that will teach you how to open up your own hospice center. So I went there with a potential business partner to try and become a multi-millionaire in hospice.
We know that hospice is a very lucrative business, so I joined a business partner right here. His name's Darren, and we're here outside the Hospice Consultants, and we would like to start our own hospice today. We're just two young men who want to become millionaires here inside the United States, and it seems like the only way to do it nowadays is by committing fraud. So we're gonna go in and see if we can start our own hospice. Are you guys the hospice consultants?
Yes.
Oh, can we talk to you guys?
About?
I want to open my hospice.
You want to open a hospice?
Yeah.
Okay, what was your name?
My name's Nick, but I want to open up a hospice.
I understand, but we don't take care of that.
Can I get some information?
Do you want a number?
Yeah, or give me a flyer or something.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
And this is the hospice consultant.
Yes. Not only hospice and health.
All right, so they say they're open right now. They won't let us into the lobby. This is no.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Way to conduct business. We are two entrepreneurs.
Yeah, you could say it's bad business.
Trying to open up our own hospice.
Soaked to the bone right now.
We were denied service by the potential fraudsters, and as we were leaving, one of the fraudsters started to leave from the back in a $200,000 Maybach.
Shit. Mercedes-Benz driving out. Where can we open a hospice at? We'd like to open up a hospice. Get a Maybach just like you. So is this how I can get a Maybach by opening up my own hospice?
Now, after seeing all the wealth that is being created
I'm just being fair. That's a little fucking hostile. I don't know, man. Like,
from these
I don't
hospice
know.
centers, I headed back to the original location where we found over 15 hospices in one.
It's a little hostile. It's like kind of scary. Like, honestly, if I were like one of those girls, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Plaza. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a fluke that Armenian mafia members were running the show and that there weren't just randomly $100,000 cars that
Nick is our Karen.
I went by. And this time it was even worse.
Sir, how are you?
That's so funny.
Good. So what do you think
Holy
about all this
shit.
hospice fraud?
Damn, look
Sir,
at that! It's a
you're
green
in a
cyber truck.
Driving away, taking money from
That's
old
a
people.
nice cyber truck.
Yet he's just driving away in his cyber truck. Won't even answer any questions. Let's see. We have another rich person as well. That's getting rich off this hospice. This guy's leaving as well. So the two people that walked out of Holy Angels, they're in a brand new Cybertruck and a new BMW. How lucrative of a business is hospice? I'm seeing a Cybertruck here in a nice BMW. It's good? Yeah, because it looks like, for instance, Guardian of Angels, that used to be here, $4.8 million they billed the state of California. And how many clients do you guys have?
Brother, do you have a badge? Do I need to answer your question?
I'm just curious.
It's not mine. I just work.
Yeah. You must be getting paid pretty well, right?
Bro, this is my parents, bro. Come on.
Do your parents run the hospice?
They don't work.
No. Who's that guy in the Cybertruck?
He's my uncle.
He's your uncle. So it's like a family business to own the hospices. But why was he walking out of the hospice then too?
Brother, can you leave me alone?
Like these hospices, there's nothing inside of them.
If it's not you guys, how come you're in the newest BMW and the newest Cybertruck?
Brother, because
I can only imagine.
This is kind of what I was saying earlier, but I think the vehicle angle is kind of weak. Like I'm just being real. Like I think it's a really weak angle to like hit people with.
What the guy who's in charge?
Just all the other hospitals.
But I feel like the other video, the one on the Somali daycare one, hit a lot harder than this one.
Do you like taking care of
I'm
old
just
people?
being honest. Like I'm not trying to like. I want to find fraud too, for sure. I just think that this is less effective than his last thing.
Are you the one going out visiting the hospice?
I'm talking about
patients,
effectiveness, right? Like I want Nick Shirley to be as effective as possible. I want him to really, really fuck these scammers over. And I think that stuff like this isn't really as effective.
Uh-oh, he's gonna have to do another point turn.
Yeah, you guys are in my fucking way. Move.
Well, you could just go that way. What's the key to opening up a hospice if I wanted to open up one?
How? Because I mean, like attacking the cars is. I mean, you know what? Maybe. Hold on. Maybe it is effective, actually. Maybe it is effective. Emotionally effective. Talking about the cars is emotionally effective. It's not logically effective, but it's emotionally effective. I see. But the problem is like you trade your logical credibility. Like he's like something like this trades your logical credibility for emotional appeal.
You're in the family business of hospices. If I want to open my own. What do you do for work here?
Huh?
What do you do for work here?
Why?
Oh, we're just looking around. We're seeing all these hospices, so we're just curious.
Well, I don't know.
This would be very good zombie fuel, though. If you know what I mean. Very good zombie capture. Because this is going to rile people up. Like, all of this car stuff is going to rile up the... I'm just being honest here. It's going to rile up feelings of jealousy, which is a very powerful force to, like, control for zombies, basically. If you dangle the jealousy in front of the zombies, they're going to, like, really grab onto it, right? And like, this might be good for that purpose.
Word got out that I was inside of the plaza and all the fraudsters started hopping in their cars, leaving the scene.
Excuse me. Let's see if they can just answer our questions really quick. Hello, can we ask you a quick question?
So, like, this kind of thing would be less effective on someone like me. Right? Like, so, like, for me, it's less effective. But then I'm not typical. Again, I'm like a fucking alien. So, I can see this being effective on people that aren't like me.
Question? Driving out in a brand new M8.
It's like, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point, and in which case it would be effective. Right? And maybe that's the goal of the video. I don't know. I'm not Nick Shirley. I don't know what the goal is.
Easy. How can I get an M8 as well? Should I open up a hospice? We're driving out in a brand new M8 BMW M8 competition.
We see their lack of cooperation. Yeah, that part's the most sus to me. Not like with this guy. Like, I understand this guy being pissed off and like wanting to leave, but like the other guy, the other people, their lack of cooperation is kind of sus.
Listen to this thing. This is the sound of hospice.
There aren't enough logical people, sadly. Yeah, well, the problem is this is exacerbated by the fact that we have universal suffrage. So universal suffrage promotes this kind of gameplay. If you see what I mean. Because universal suffrage means every single person is worth an equal amount, which makes it so that the most effective play you have is to gather up as many zombies as you can. So it makes sense to me that like this would be effective under the rules of that game. And this is why I'm against universal suffrage, and I think it's stupid.
Money.
It promotes like bad gameplay.
And this is the guy who said he's fat because of Dr. Oz. His business is not open today. Seems like this mafia right here is naming all of their companies after the word angel. We have Angels of Valley Hospice. We have Angels of Haven, Angels of Peace, Light of Angels. Yet the BMWs, one right here, one right there, two brand new Mercedes over there. It just is
God, this is such emotional bait.
The amount of money that these people are making, and they're not.
I was just being real. This is like such emotional bait.
Buying these luxury cars, each and every single person's wearing some sort of designer clothing as well. And this building looks like it used to be some sort of old motel that has turned into some cash grab, money grab for hospices here. Would you like to give any?
Is it working? I don't know. I'd imagine it would work. Like if I were to try to emulate a zombie, I guess it would work because jealousy and envy are like very powerful forces.
About what's going on here? Nothing? Because it seems like it was pretty good family business. Another guy just pulled out in the M8 competition.
Good for them, bro. Why are you guys pocket watching, bro? Leave the fucking people alone.
Because this is taxpayers' dollars that are paying for all this stuff.
That's fair.
What the fuck is he doing? Bro, that ass just working, bro.
With taxpayers' dollars receiving money from Medicare, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, you name it.
The problem is that the government, see this, and this is like another problem here, is that it's like I said, the government cannot be trusted to handle, this entire thing is caused by the government not being trustworthy with our own money. That's the reason why Nick Shirley has to even be here, is because nobody trusts the government to properly use our money wisely.
It just seems like a lot of people are getting rich off of
I'm busy, bro. I have work.
the death of old people. What do you do for work here?
Bro. What?
It's sad to think about it. Here in the United States, we're literally being defrauded by people who are taking advantage of old people, young people.
Nobody, Operator Grid says nobody should trust the government to trust spending money. It just makes sense, right? I explained why earlier. It just makes sense that Why would they care about money? It's not like, put it this way. This is the best way to explain it. Okay. In a way that like you can all understand and you'll all get this. Have any of you guys ever gone on a business trip, just out of curiosity? Like,
who the fuck is Leaflit?
Work at a place and they're like, okay, we're gonna send you to this conference or whatever, and like you're gonna go on a business trip, right? When you go on a business trip, don't they give you money for food? They say like, here's money for food. This is your daily limit. And you bet your ass you go all the way up to that limit every fucking time. Like, wait, you mean I have this amount of money for food? Okay, fucking steakhouse, baby, right? And you go there all the time. You always like hit, you go as close to that fucking limit as possible. And that's kind of what I mean. It's the same effect. It's the exact same effect with the government and like your money, right? Except you're the boss this time and you're giving the government the money. Like, okay, government, I need you to handle this for me. And the government is like, sounds like it's time to make a lot of money. Right, and then that's kind of, it's the same case.
In daycares, disabled people with autism clinics, and no one's doing anything to stop it. So I think it's time we stand up to these fraudsters and tell them, let them know, you are stealing from everyday Americans.
Not when you're self-employed. Continental breakfast for the win, says Pez. Well, yeah, I mean that's a different case because then it's your money. When you're self-employed and like it's your business, it's your money. That's why I had to use a specific case of like a corpo. Right, you're working for like a big corpo, they send you on a business trip and then they give you like a allowance for food and then you fucking max it out every day.
Citizens, people can't afford homes, rents are expensive, their insurance is expensive, everything's getting more and more expensive. And if we don't crack down on this fraud, national debt's going to continue going up. This is just one of the factors that affects the national debt, and we're going to lose the value of our own dollar. So people, if they want to really fight to keep America great, a great way to do it is by fighting fraud, because this is just unbelievable. You have people who drive around in BMWs and make competitions.
Again, no trust in the government.
Meanwhile, everyday American citizens are struggling to be able to afford their own bills.
Yeah, like we had that chatter. We had that chatter earlier that talked about, you know, working. Was it just at a gas station? And all of these people that are like foreigners have like a fuck ton of like money, and it's like, what the hell? Like, where did you get that from, right? Yeah, totally. So yeah, I think I've reevaluated my idea of this video. So like, I can see why it's effective. Like, I really can. I kind of retract my statement of saying like this isn't effective. This isn't effective to me, like to a person like me, who like wants to analyze the situation, but this is highly effective, like on a propaganda level. So yeah. And again, like for you know, I'm not saying it's a bad reason, right? Like it's propaganda, but like, is it for a bad reason? No, the government should be accountable to the people because it's our money. So like seeing people fuck around with our money is irritating, right? Like obviously, especially like people that nowadays you're being taxed to fuck, and you're being taxed to fuck, and like you're having trouble like getting by when people are, you know, being able to buy, you know, all of these cars, and you know, you don't even know like do they have those cars legitimately? Like, do I know if it's legitimate or if is it being exploited the system? Are they exploiting the money that I give the government, right? It makes total sense, I think. I wonder if this will affect New Scum like Waltz. I don't know. California is too retarded, to be honest. I'm just being real. Like a lot of people in California are just it's kind of cooked in California. That's why I left, because it's like there's a major like retardation epidemic in California. You can say that, but you can't deny all the people he interviewed acted super sus. I said that though, didn't I? When I watched the video, I said that it was suspicious that they weren't just trying to prove him wrong, because they could just prove him wrong easily if it's not fraudulent. I said that. Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is a new Nick Shirley video. I'm glad that he's doing his best to expose all the fraud, to be honest. Like even if the video like I wasn't really like to my specific taste, like I do appreciate the effort that he's going into to like actually do things, and that's like a hard thing to do. Like most people don't want to do any of this shit because it's scary, dangerous. Like you're gonna get doxxed, you're gonna have like, you know, all of these groups coming after you. So he's really brave for doing this, and he's really, really young. You know, like I expect like Nick Shirley's only gonna grow from here, and I have high expectations for like where he's gonna go eventually, right? Like this could be like the beginning of like you know, like a really, really like top tier like journalist, right? Compared to, you know, a lot of the journalist slop that we have nowadays. Like Nick Shirley's actually putting his life on the line. So I really respect that from him. Totally. And it'll be interesting to see the evolution of his style and to see like which way he goes with that, right? Like, is he gonna go more the propaganda angle, or is he gonna go more like kind of investigative journalism? It'll be interesting to see like which route he takes. And I think either one could be effective. That's my final thought on it.